Mindset Monday 2020, 4.3. We're in this. We've been in this. Coach Lenore, how long have we been in this? 42 days? 43 days. 43 days. How you guys doing? That cabin fever is real. Make sure that you guys are getting outside, getting some vitamin D, even if it's just for a quick walk around the block. You need to be able to breathe that fresh air. All right, well, let me just explain what I'm wearing today. All right, first and foremost, I'm wearing a Nirvana shirt. Last week, Post Malone, I don't know who's a fan of Post Malone. I know his stuff, but not the biggest fan. Decided that he was going to do a Nirvana tribute concert in his home, and it was awesome. And so, that got me inspired. We've listened to Nirvana a lot more lately, and it just got me feeling good, right? And then the other thing I'm wearing is my Chicago Bulls hat. ESPN put out a 10-part series called The Last Dance for it's what we like to call, the Chicagoans like to call, the golden age of basketball. It was about Michael Jordan and his run with the Bulls through the '98 season, but they do more. They kind of go all the way through kind of the story arc of how they came to be. Last night was two big stories I counted last night. One was Michael Jordan had to learn how to put the team above the individual. One coach that he was working with was just all about the feed Michael the ball, let Michael do his job. And that was great for Michael, but it didn't really work on getting everybody else raised. It didn't really work on getting everybody else elevated around him. And so he had a new coach, Phil Jackson, that came in, that had this revolutionary idea that was outside the box called the triangle offense. And what that was is all about creating opportunities for everybody to contribute to the team and not relying on one person. And so it was all about how Michael had to learn how to take a step back in order to bring everybody else up, because a rising tide raises all ships. Okay? It also talked about their way to their first championship, and how they had to fight, and they got their butts kicked one year. They came down to the last game or whatever it was, and they lost. And the day after they lost, there was no off season. They went right back in, and they started working hard, and they started holding each other accountable. And I know that's something that we talk about on the staff, is holding everybody accountable, making sure that everybody is pushing themselves to the greatest potential that they have. So my question to you is, how are you guys holding each other accountable, right? It's very hard to stay positive in this current situation. It's very hard because there isn't a light at the end of the tunnel, or if there is, that tunnel is so far away we can't really see it yet. And that's really hard to stay positive in those times, and that's okay. It's understanding that that's okay to be a little bit like, all right, man, this is really hard on you, but understanding that when you feel that way, the first thing you should do is I want you to go out there and I want you to reach out to a teammate and just see how they're doing, and having that honest conversation with everybody, and just checking on a teammate. And once again, once you're feeling low and you can pump somebody else up, I guarantee you that's going to pump you up as well. Okay, and that's kind of what this Mindset Monday is about, is understanding that this is a process. And this is this great unknown of when we're going to be able to get back on the water. That's very, very obvious to all of us, and it's very, very hard for all of us, the coaches included, to keep this going. But we want to make sure that you guys are doing okay, and that's what this is about: is holding each other accountable and pushing each other to become the best version that you can become. All right. With that being said, we are about halfway to our goal for the pie in the face this week, and I will close it. I'll close it even on Wednesday. I'll put it back out there on a Wednesday, and we can combine Wednesdays with last Wednesday's check-in just to get the numbers up, just to make sure you guys are doing well. But I need to see 50. I don't know how we're gonna get to that 50, but we're about halfway there. I need to see 50. I will include the link on this email as well to fill that out, because we're about halfway there. And I'm calling out you seniors, man. Let's go. The seniors, you've been low on this. Right now we're getting a lot of stroke deaf kids. We're getting a lot of age group kids, but no seniors. I need to see you guys step up and just fill it out. Try to lick your own elbow, something like that. All right? That's all for this week. See you next week.